Do you feel that we test the lows again, or can we head back towards those highs that we saw over the last month or so?
Listen, I think the really important thing, Don, is to really understand that we are really in the midst of a lot of volatility. And so I was listening as your earlier guests, you were asking them about inflation, has it peaked? Also markets, what does that mean for the volatility? Are we at lows? I know, for the past 3 weeks, we've been on this losing streak, but for the past 2 days, we've been really ticking up. And so I think the most important thing, for investors to really understand is that they need a tactical strategy. So a lot of investors, when they first begin investing, they get their asset allocation together, they get their strategy together, really based on their risk tolerance. And so what this really is your strategic allocation. That's kind of like your basic 60-40, if that's appropriate for you. But what do you do in the short term, right? And so that is really your tactical asset allocation. And how do you kind of play these moves? And so to kind of circle back to your question, I think that we do continue to see volatility ahead. Powell has been very clear that the Fed is really not going to move. Remember, they have this dual mandate. They're not going to move until they see a significant decline in the inflation reading. Not all of the signs that we're talking about has inflation peaked. All I'm really paying attention to is, has inflation gone down enough for the Fed to move? And we're not going to see that until we see these consistent readings. So that's kind of where we are. So really getting your tactical asset allocation together to figure out, depending on your particular risk tolerance and your particular situation, what you're going to do in the short term in terms of these moves.
All right. So if you look at that kind of strategic versus tactical decision, there has to be at some point, no matter how you feel, a higher conviction relative feeling to others. Do you think there are any trades out there that warrant kind of like that real focus of your money right now?
Yeah, so I can tell you what we're doing from a tactical perspective, what we've kind of been doing all year. So first of all, adding income. You guys talked about bonds a little bit earlier. I think that bond yields are going to go higher, so that's an option. Also, you also stole a little bit of my thunder and talked a little bit about alternatives. You can get some income in alternatives. So we've been doing that. So we've been adding income, buying core names at good prices, right? So your staples, like for us, it's like your Microsoft, it's like your Apple, your Amazon, your Alphabet. So whatever those core names to you are, they're still at a decent price relative to last year or the year before. But then these high conviction themes. So we like to buy along themes. So for us, and I'll give you an example. We love e-commerce. We love emerging markets. And I'm just going to come with my pick. So McGhee, Mercado Libre, is a Latin American e-commerce play for us. We love that, and we think that it's best positioned to take advantage of the growth in Brazil right now.